I'm back with Cinco de Mayo series. Yesterday I showed you how to make these adorable cacti cookies adorned with colorful bunting banner, and today we're gonna focus on sombrero cookies. Hi, it's Hani from Haniela's here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's get started with today's project. I know this is gonna be really hard to believe. While I have thousands of, well, maybe thousands of cookie cutters, I don't own a sombrero cutter. And while I could have used a template and hand cut the cookies, instead I had a look in my spare cookie cutter bin and I found a teapot cutter that I felt needs some reshaping, so I wanted to give it a new life, new purpose, and I got my pliers out. I found an image online that I liked, and it was doable for me to reshape this cutter into this shape, and so I got to work. It took about 10 minutes or so to make this work, and then I used my sugar cookie recipe and I baked the cookies and I cut them out with this lovely shape. So you can see here what it looked like before and what it looks now. And now we can decorate this sombrero cookie. I'm going to start by dividing the cookie into sections. Here I'm going to add scalloped edge border. So I start in the middle, and then you want to divide it into equal sections, and then you can draw the scalloped edge. I'm going to outline everything with about 20-second consistency white royal icing. This is going to be my border, my guide when flooding, so I don't overfill accidentally section that is adjacent to the section, especially with the scalloped edge like this. I wanted to make sure that everything looks neat. And this little border is going to help me do that. I'm using a tipless piping bag. You can see the opening of my bag is very, very small. And we're going to start with this bright yellow color. I wanted to create a quintessential design, so I looked online, and this scalloped edge pattern kept popping up on the screen, so that's why I'm using this pattern to decorate this sombrero cookie. Use about 10 to 15-second consistency royal icing here. Smooth the icing across, and then immediately take bright pink icing and flood the scalloped edge area. Alright, now we can use the scribe tool, smooth the icing, and then switch to orange icing. Again, about 15-second consistency, 10 to 15-second consistency is fine. And we're going to flood the bottom, and then we can move on and do 3 more sections. When piping icing next to the freshly iced section like this, you want to make sure that you start at the very edge first, so increase the pressure on the piping bag so more icing is coming out, so you kind of seal that edge so there are no gaps. You don't have to come in with a scribe tool like I'm doing here. You can see I'm squeezing the bag a bit more, sealing that edge, and now we're going to add just a slight tip there with that bright vibrant pink. And I'm going to let everything dry, so give it about 8 to 12 hours of drying time, and then you can come in and add all the details. I'm using piping consistency orange icing here. We're going to outline, and then also we're going to outline that scalloped edge. I recommend that you use just a little bit of icing in your piping bag. Don't fill it up with a cup of icing. You just need a little bit. It's easier on your wrist and your hands, and also your control. You are able to achieve more accurate placement of the icing when working with smaller bags. Now we're going to pipe these dots in the middle. For this, I suggest using like a soft piping consistency You can see there's a slight spike, but that's okay. It's going to flatten in a few. And then we can use this same icing, or you can use slightly thicker icing to create this teardrop shape design. So I'm starting with a large teardrop shape in the middle, and then attaching two side teardrop shapes. If you need to, you can practice this on a piece of parchment. So one in the middle and one on left and on the right. And now for some highlight, I really like how the white brightens this design. And now we're gonna do a zigzag across the green. This pattern is also present on many of the sombrero designs that I saw online. And now I'm gonna add tiny little dots on each side of this larger dot. And there, tomorrow I'm coming back with a brand new Cinco de Mayo tutorial, so stay tuned. And don't forget to subscribe to Haniela's for more tutorials and recipes.